I tried to tell them. I tried to tell them. I told them. They told them. Ben told them. But I been told them. I tried to tell them. You hear me? But if it wasn't applied, then what could I do? If I showed them, and it wasn't applied, what can I do? If you told them as well as showed them, and they ain't applied, what can you do? Is it your fault? It ain't nobody's fault. You hear me? Everything point back to us. And it's a good time to be in control of our mind. It's a good time to be in control of our heart. It's a good time to be in control of our mouth. And it's a good time to be in control of our actions. Because that's self-control. And self-control takes consistency. And right now is an important time for self-control. It's springtime. We're in the purge. You hear me? And a lot of things happen during during the season of spring. You know, spring represents death and rebirth as things come to life. You know, things will wither and decay. You hear me? As things come together, things gonna fall apart. You know, and just like the seasons determine what type of cycles we experience. As we go through seasons within ourselves, it determines what type of cycles we experience. But the only difference between the seasons external of us and the seasons that we go through within is that the seasons external of us are already set according to a duration and the occurrences that happen in those durations according to the season that we're in. Y'all stay with me. I'm trying to translate it as I hear it. And as I was saying, the difference between the external seasons and the internal seasons, even though we go through the external seasons as they going along according to the law of the universe. Y'all stay with me. I'm trying to hear it as it comes. We have control over how the seasons affect us. Let me say, we have control over how we perceive the experiences that we having. We have responsibility about the experiences we having. We have accountability to the experiences that we having. Now, whether we take charge, whether we stand 10 toes down and step in the fullness of all the many different spaces and aspects of our lives that we hold the office in, is totally up to each and every one of us. But I say these things because every season give us an opportunity to get in touch and in tune with different versions of ourselves. You know, these what me paying attention to nature and what nature does according to the season that we in and the cycles that it bring about allowed me to observe, allowed me to integrate with, allowed me to harmonize and bring into balance within myself. You hear me? And one thing I know is when you're on the journey to better yourself, you know, because the human being kingdom, we have haters. You know, the bird kingdom, they have the predators. The plant kingdom have weeds. So everything has a conflict. I want to stay singular and this dualistic analogy that I'm expressing. Everything has its conflicts. I mean, everything has its challenges that it has to fight through. everything that it has to thrive through. Everything has its challenges. Every kingdom, you know. Even when we get into the cellular kingdom and we get into parasites and all that, you see, everything has its balance. I don't know who need to hear this. Everything has its balance. I looked at my shirt because I was anticipating on wearing another shirt, and then I thought about it. I hadn't did the raffle yet because I've been busy the last few days. But as I was saying, one thing I noticed when you're on the journey to better yourself, especially in a way that you never been, being better than you never been, to be the best that you could be as a person, you're gonna get all the fuel that you need. You're gonna get all the resistance that you need. And the smoothest way through this journey that I have discovered is the path of least resistance. But we're gonna get all the fuel that we need and what we need to experience to establish better foundations for ourselves, to be more strengthened within ourselves. And that's why the conflict is necessary. That's why the challenges is necessary. People, places, and things. You know, we're in the purge. We're in the rebirth. We're in the death. And we go through that, and we go through that according to different versions of ourselves all the time, every day. You know, the universe is giving us whatever we own. Whatever you say you own, that's probably what the universe giving to you. And even if, and when I say what I mean by whatever you say you own, I mean whatever you vibrating. Cause a lot of people don't say what they really own, but that's what they be vibrating. You don't listen, you're gonna miss it. I'm gonna repeat it again. A lot of people won't tell you what they really own. They're gonna be smiling and everything else other than what they really own. But if you don't know how to see it, if you don't know how to feel it, then you're gonna miss it. But the universe giving us whatever type of person we may be, whatever we own, according to the frequency that we operating in. You hear me? Rather hidden or openly. It's springtime, and spring is a transitional time for all of us according to how we pay attention to these cycles that lead us into this season. You hear me? And summer up next. And you know what they say when summer come around, because it's gonna be getting hotter, and when it get and the hotter it get, the more crazier people get. You hear me? But you can tell how you're growing. You can tell how you're growing through how things growing around you. You can tell how you're growing by how things growing in your life. You know. Tell a low if you think I'm lying, tell a low vibratory person to plant a flower, and I bet you nothing won't grow. And if it do sprout, it ain't gonna stay to blossom into nothing. You hear me? And if you think I'm lying, test it. You hear me? Test it. You know, you can tell how you're growing according to how things unfold around you. You hear me? If you blossoming within, then things should be blossoming and blooming around you. You hear me? If you withering and allowing yourself to decay within, then things probably withering and decaying around you. You know? We getting what we giving, and that ain't gonna mean the same thing for everybody. Cause like I said, spring is a transitional time. So some people in places that they don't want to be in, that's being prepared to be lifted up from them places, and some people in places that they unworthy to be in, that's gonna be removed from them places. You see, it's a repositioning happening, you know, through these shifts. You know, it's a redistributing happening through these shifts. You know, some call it karma, some call it law of reciprocity. You know, it's known by many things. You hear me? But we in that time, and if nature imitate life, then it's easy to grade ourselves. All we gotta do is pay attention to ourselves. You know, we know how he is within us. I don't care how pretty we may try to make it appear to people, cause you know we in that time where everybody putting on to try to appeal. You hear me? Instead of being themselves. Ain't too many people. Contrary to popular belief, ain't too many people doing that. Ain't too many people doing that. You know? Yeah. Just be brutally honest with you. And I say that with emphasis, because most times those around us, they ain't. How somebody gonna be brutally honest with you if they ain't honest to themselves? So you're gonna have to be brutally honest with you. You're gonna have to be able to tell yourself all those things about yourself that you know ain't right with yourself. Because the people around you, they know it and they see it. You see, but they ain't gonna say now. Why would they say something to pull your coat on it? You know, so you could pull your coat on it when it's helping them benefit off of you by you being like that. Who am I talking to? See? I know us. You hear me? Most times those around us see things going on in us. See things happening with us. See things going on through us. According to what we radiate, or be shown something about us, cause we got different gifts. If you know, you know, but be shown different things about us concerning us, and won't open their mouth to help you, won't open their mouth to assist you. You hear me? Nasawu, you heard? Nasawu. I'm not that type. If I could tell you something that can help you, if I could tell you something that'll benefit you. Whether you like it or not, or whether you don't like me for it, you hear me? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You hear me? And this ain't new to those who know me. This only new to those of you who don't. You know, I be addressing the things that people be running from. But we can't run from ourselves. So everybody who ready to deal with themselves, if they say vibe attract tribe, then that's why Sawu here. I'm attract the tribe through my vibe. Those who on the same journey I'm on. Those who seeing the mission do what the ancestors telling me to say. You see, those who doing the work, and those who want to do the work, and those who don't know how to do the work but need somewhere to start. That's why I do this. You hear me? That's why I do this. I ain't looking for nobody, but I'm here when you're ready to start running from yourself, whoever I'm talking to. Salute to the Cosmic Consciousness Family and Soul Tribe. Salute to the new subscribers. You hear me? Peace and power to the family. You heard? But I said all that to say, what type of person would you want in your life? You hear me? What type of person would you want in your life? You heard? But one thing for sure, I am what the ancestors used to be, and we need more frequencies. We need more frequencies like that. I ain't saying I'm the only one. You hear me? But I know I'm one of few of a dying breed. You hear me? I'm one of few. You hear me? Of a transitioning breed, because the values, the morals, the concept of community, you know, it's disappearing. It's disappearing. Those that it's disappearing. You hear me? You know, respect for the elders come from having respect for self. So when we pay attention to how we move as people, when we move in amongst people, we can see the lack of respect that people have for themselves, but a lack of respect that we have for others. You know, the younger generation don't even hold the door open for the elders and things like that no more. You know, the younger generation don't even help the elders coming out the grocery store. You know, with their grocery bags and things like that. You know what I mean? More inclined to rob them, if anything. You hear me? We gotta change, people. You know, we gotta change. You heard? I just came to say a few things and issue out this gift. I figure I think that the last thing was a t-shirt, so I guess I'll do I think I'm back to a cleansing kit. I'll do a cleansing kit. But we ain't had much participation, so you know, this might be this might be the last raffle for a minute until, you know, I don't know. I ain't never seen a time where people ain't then jump to the opportunity, you know, to get something that they ain't have to pay for, you know, with their money. But that's how it goes sometimes. C. Wooden came out the jar. C. Wooden came out the jar. So that's our winner for this month. And I'm gonna give C. Wooden, even though I said, cause she came out the jar before, I remember, I think she won the cleansing kit. So I'm gonna give her the opportunity. She know how to get with me. I'm gonna give her the opportunity to pick what she want. You see what you can get a shirt, you can get whatever you can get a shirt, you can get a necklace, you can get a cleansing kit. What else I got? Email me. You know how to get in touch with me. Email me and we'll get it handled. But you can choose. And I'm kind of, everything happened the way it's supposed to be, because that's what's one of the elder sisters, and I say that respectfully. That's one of the elder sisters, and she make her presence known. She make her presence known. I appreciate your support, C. Wooden. You are the winner for this month's raffle. I appreciate you as much as you appreciate me, and I know you do, because you make it known. You hear me? And I appreciate those, and I appreciate the others that do. You hear me? Feel good for no reason at all. I don't have an emoji, because like I say, until I see something different, then I keep it going. I don't have no problem with blessing people. I am one of the few channels who do that, and I'm not monetized. You feel me? It all come from me and through me, so forth and so on. But yeah, it's been an honor doing it, and when I'm led to do it again, maybe it was a test for me, for my obedience. But I've been obedient, and I appreciate y'all who appreciate that. My name is Sawu. Love, family.